Oh, here we go. We're live. Hello to everyone. Ah, what a fucking shit game that was. My God. You know, I'm having trouble trying to talk about what I just seen, man. We'll give everyone a minute to come in the live chat. We'll see who's here, and we'll do the review on a game of football that I don't even know if you can call it a game of football. It was hard to watch. It was absolutely deplorable what we saw this afternoon. Melbourne versus Cronulla. What a fucking terrible, terrible game, man. Hello to the chat. We got Josh Rabbitohs 2023. We got Jason Reader. We got William Pearson. We got about 10 people just about here, so we can probably start the stream here now. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Sunday football review for round 15 of the NRL. And we just saw the bounce back from the Melbourne Storm, a massive win over the Sharks. My God, that was disgusting. 54 points to 10. And if you're a Shark supporter at the moment, you probably feel sick. And I genuinely do not blame anyone that feels sick. That game was hard to watch. That was one of the worst games of football I've seen all year. It was a complete waste of time. And I hyped this game up all week to be exciting, to be brutal, to be physical, to be close. And you know what the worst part about this game was? I even tipped the Sharks. So I'm disgusted and disappointed with Cronulla. What the fuck happened? Like, you see Melbourne, right? So Melbourne, last Sunday, right? They travelled up to Townsville. They played the Cowboys. The Cowboys gave them an old spanking, 45-20. And as for Cronulla, they were beaten at home last week by the Broncos. Now, I thought both teams would be out for a bit of, a bit of a bounce back factor, and I knew Melbourne would be a lot better. But fuck, what was that? I got pumped, man. The performance of Harry Grant tonight was outstanding. The performance of Xavier Coates was outstanding. Harley, you can't blame the referee, mate. Sorry. You just can't. You got flogged. Now, I do have two issues. There were 2 tries that Melbourne scored that should not have been allowed. You can't say it cost them the game because Cronulla didn't show any fight. But the first try of the game to Tui Kamikamifa, you couldn't give that a try. You could clearly see he lost the ball over the line. The fact that the bunker cleared it and they didn't even look at it, I found that very bizarre. I thought that was tough. And Harry Grant's second try that came in the 30th minute, you couldn't give that because the on-field call was no try, and they went upstairs and they gave that a try. I thought that was crazy as well. But outside of those 2 dodgy tries, everything else was fine. Melbourne were clinical. They were at their best today, Melbourne. They looked fantastic. I thought Cameron Munster and Harry Grant were outstanding. I thought Nick Meaney in game 100 did a great job, and he's been great for Melbourne all season, Nick Meaney. It's a shame he didn't score a try today, actually. Would have been good to see him score. Look at Josh King as well. You know, he's going for the middle of the field, scoring points as well. Melbourne were clinical. The Sharks. Nicho Hynes just seemed like he had something in the back of his mind. It seemed like he had Origin on his mind and he was a little bit too worried. It was under too much pressure. I feel like he overplayed his hand way too much, especially in that first half. He kept throwing the ball. I think there was one pass where he threw towards Talakai, knocked the ball on, and I think Melbourne scored. I think it might have been Warbrick's try or something. So Nicho Hynes definitely overplayed his hand. He had Origin selection on his mind, and it really affected him. And I think it also affected Adam Reynolds last night as well for the Broncos against the Knights. So every halfback that's been talked about to play Origin has had a pretty ordinary weekend. Now, tomorrow, Mitchell Moses plays against the Dogs, and we'll see how Moses goes. If he impresses enough, he may get the nod, but we'll have to wait and see. So, really disappointing game. Like I thought the Sharks were a good chance here today. I picked them to win by 8 points. They got pumped, and I know Melbourne's record over the Sharks in Melbourne has been very strong over the last couple of seasons, but I am now questioning the Sharks. They haven't beaten the top 8 side all season. They seem to be the old flat track bullies. If you go back to the Manly Seagulls of 2021, Manly would beat all the bottom sides comprehensively, and then they'll play a top side and they'd get beat. The Sharks are in the same boat. The Sharks don't seem to have much of a problem against the bottom sides, but against the top teams and the teams that are in the top 8, the Sharks just can't get it done. So, I don't know, man. The Sharks are going to win against the top side soon, because if they want to be a top 4 team and they want to get a double chance at this premiership, they're going to have to finish top 4, I think. So, otherwise they're going to have to do it the hard way. But tonight, well, this afternoon, I should say, I've never been so disappointed. I was hoping for a cracking game, and I thought we'd get it, but their position might be in jeopardy, man. Like I said in my mid-season review. What day did I do that? Last Monday. I said it in my mid-season review. Sharks could finish top 4, and I said I'm waiting for Canberra to fall off. Well, if you have a look at the ladder, Cronulla are only on 18 points. They could still fall out of the top 8. I think they will make the 8, but I'm just going to throw it out there. They could drop off. They are not the best team in the world, the Sharks. They definitely could fall off a little bit, so don't know. The Warriors are coming for them, and Manly are only 1 point behind them now, and we've got that whole jam of the top 8, which is very close. So, who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows? So I've just noticed as well, they haven't added the Cowboys 2 points yet on the ladder, which is a bit strange. But look, Melbourne go back up into 3rd place. They go to 8-5, and their loss against the Cowboys last week just seems to be a distant memory. But look, personally, I don't think Cronulla or Melbourne will win the premiership this season. The Storm were exposed last week, and now that they just put 50 on the Sharks, no one will talk about last week's game against the Cowboys. But I think both sides have still got their issues. But the Sharks, I don't know, man. Don't know. It's going to be very intriguing to see how things are playing out over the back end of the season. But far out, man. Strange stuff. All right, well, I haven't got much more to say. Melbourne destroyed the Sharks this afternoon, and I was very surprised by the result. I thought it'd be a really tight game. I thought the Sharks could even win, but wasn't to be in the end. 9 tries to 2, Melbourne over the Sharks. How many tackles did the Sharks miss? That's what I want to know. How many fucking tackles did the Sharks miss? 24 from 38 completion rate. That is so bad. Errors. Where are we? Errors. 14 errors from the Sharks. That's 7 in each half. That's bad. That's really bad, man. 59 missed tackles. Fucking hell. 59 missed tackles. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Nick Meaney kicked 8 from 9 as well. Goal kicking. And 2 tries for the Sharks. Teague Wilton and Ronaldo Mulitalo. All right, guys. That's going to... so, obviously, the tries from Melbourne were Kamikamifa, Warbrick, Grant had a double, Coates had a double, King got one, Remus Smith got one, and Jerome Hughes got one. And for the Sharks, tries of Wilton and Mulatalo. My man of the match from the Storm versus Sharks, I'm going to give it to Harry Grant. Harry Grant, man of the match, best player on the field. I think he deserves the player of the match. I think he was the best player on the field. And I just don't know where the Sharks go from here. They play the Bulldogs next Sunday in the Shire. The Bulldogs will probably be without Addo Carr and probably Matt Burton, I'm assuming. I'm assuming he's in the Origin squad somewhere. And the Sharks, maybe without Nico Hines and maybe without McInnes. I've been hearing rumours that McInnes may be a smuggy for Origin. So it'll be intriguing to see what happens, but really poor game of football. So disappointing. I was hoping for something else, but what can you do, guys? Anyway, that will wrap up the review between the Storm and the Sharks. Not much more to say on it. Melbourne were very clinical over the Sharks. If you guys enjoyed the review, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. And I might do a stream later. We'll see how we go. If not, I'll definitely be doing one tomorrow night. Team of the week and whatever. So, anyway, guys, like and subscribe. And take care, everyone. See you guys later. Full time, Storm 54, Sharks 10.